welcome. This is Diana, and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be a clearing of whatever needs to be released in the process, and we will allow what needs to come up. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, right? Okay, so, like, the thing is like, your words are way more powerful than what you give them credit for. And although you're in, say, the shit, in the muck of life, right? Like, where it feels like nothing is going in your favor. And the thing is like, you can harp on the fact, oh, I'm isolated, oh, I'm alone, oh, nothing is working out for me, right? But, like, the question is why would you even want to speak that into existence? And so, like, your words hold powers, like, words are spells, right? And so, like, consciously aware of, like, because I'm getting, like, somebody backslid to the point of being where, like, they're upset that everything isn't unfolding in the time that it's unfolding. And, like, the thing that you have to realize is that's the universe testing you. Like, God wants you to determine, are you truly worthy of it? Like, do you truly desire what it is you've been waiting for? Like, things don't happen instantaneously. Can they? Absolutely. If your vibration holds steady and you believe it's even possible, right? But what I'm getting is like, there's like this antsiness to, like, balance a scale, or for the scales to balance, right? So go inward, go into a state of meditation, get out of the state where you're holding on to the uncertainty of what tomorrow brings, right? Allow yourself to not be in that state of suppression, that state of flow. Like, get on a higher timeline. Get on a paradigm where you are reflecting that which you desire, right? And so, like, through this process, it's all about transformation. It's all about, like, you coming into a state of being where you feel whole right where you are, where you understand who and what you walk with, what your path looks like for you, right? So many people, like, think, oh, I want, like, a life where I'm accessing da-da-da-da-da. Take it where you want to take it. The 1% of a population, right? And what you don't realize is what they had to do to get to where they are. Compromises, moral inflections, whatever, right? But, like, the thing is you don't need to go to that scale to have the same amount of impact, is what they're telling me. You're learning, you now create your own reality. And, like, if you find happiness and bliss in you, because here's the thing, right? A lot of lifetimes are boring lifetimes where, like do past life regression, right? So many of the lifetimes are, for the most part, not exciting lifetimes. It's not like you're a goddess or you're a queen or a king or a royal, but there's these lessons that are enfolded and enveloped inside of those visions that allow you to see this life more clearly, right? And so what I'm getting is somebody had clarity of who the reflection in the mirror was, like who they were supposed to be with. And somebody knew all along and just allowed the lessons to unfold the way they needed to, and the karmic balances to kind of be activated of sorts, right? So say you've been following the path of direction, the path of least resistance, let's say, just for information's purposes. You're going to end up starting to recoup what you've been putting in your portal vortex of manifestation, like your hopes, wishes, dreams, desires. Like, your toxicity is fully dissipating. Like, gone are the days where you are going to be fearing change. It's kind of like you're leading change with the process of like, everything's opening up for me. I'm not as far from my goal as I think I am, right? And so like, you're going from a state of like melancholy, of like self-loathing almost. It's not, but it's similar, right? It's a similar energy, because it's enough to block the throat chakra. And so whatever that lack of commitment as you're proceeding forward looks like for faithfulness, for like clarity, for power and authority, like whatever like the goal is in this process, you're gonna have to look and study with optimism like everything that's been causing you to be impatient. I don't know, that's like for like one person out there, but that they're saying that there is a relevance and it will resonate with other people. And so like that, like knowledge and that understanding is going to open up to some kind of internal guidance or a message that is going to get you on a higher timeline. Yeah, out of whatever suppression has been keeping you in a state of stagnancy. So Uranus, your thumb energy, looking at that placement, understanding like if you've been instantaneously judging a character, you know, are you right, or are you allowing the misconceptions of like your own defense mechanism to essentially keep you in a state of being, right? Like, are you open to the possibilities that are unfolding, right? What do the knuckles look like? Are they knobby? It indicates strong problem-solving abilities, a logical thinker who takes time to carefully assist each situation, right? Large knuckles. Suggest patience. Do not like conflict, want stability. And you don't easily express your feelings. Knotty joints are found frequently on the fingers of people with philosophical hands. Looking at the square on the lifeline. It could mean that you have taken a vow of like silence or solitude, or like it was needed for you to get into a state of being where you allowed the dissipation of like your stubbornness or your argumentativeness or your inability to be stable. Like it had to, oh, got it. They just said you had to work through all of the triggers of the reactiveness so that you're able to pause in the moment and kind of reflect and not react. And so that's why the isolation actually took place. Is there anything else that I need? One of these? Okay, I guess advice as we move forward. What do they need? Yeah, so always going back to the vibration that it is your soul's journey, right? It's your soul's evolution. And like as you're encountering like karma or, you know, people with funky energies, like get back into your heart center, into your like just the all-encompassing like kindness of who you are, right? That state of generosity. And ask, how am I supposed to help this person? Like, what is the reasoning for me to encounter sandpaper or a negative Nancy or like whatever it looks like for you, right? Yeah, it's all about like understanding the way your energy merges with another, specifically with family is what they just said. So it's understanding your boundaries of like what you're willing to take on and what you're not willing to take on, and how you're supposed to assist, and how you're speak your piece is what they just said. Through this and it's all in your palms, by the way. So if there is idealisms that like are no longer serving you, right? Like, rewrite that. You have the ability to say, it may be where I was from or how I used to respond, but it's no longer how I'm going to respond as I move forward, right? And like that is part of your own soul journey of how you're supposed to be evolving in this current reality, right? Because we don't realize like the power of our own energy, right? And so water cycles, like the earth, I am made of water flowing through my veins, just like the rain that falls down only to be carried back up. My body too is a cycle. Every sip revitalizes me and brings me into a sense of gratefulness. Water seeks its own level. Interesting that they're both, like, I mean, this is a pretty big deck. It's kind of wild that, like, both are about water. It says, water seeks its own level. Therefore, I attract those. And I think I talked about that earlier, about, like, your vibration of, like, the why you are meeting people. It says, those who can meet me where I am on my journey, and my interpersonal relationships are mirrors into my own self. So I strive to put my best self into the universe so that I shall find others who seek growth. And I guess maybe that's like the baseline for like your soul's journey, right? Like, is the working with another to help them evolve. It also helps you evolve, because they are a reflection of who you are. So as you help heal another, you then are healing that soul aspect within self. And so maybe I'm talking to somebody who is in a master state of being, or is in the highest timeline they can be in this current reality. Again, because I always talk in dimensions and paradigms, and being able to figure out like where you're vibrating at by the energy that you're putting out into the world, because those people will be reflecting you. And so you think of it as being multi-layered, right? And if you have areas that are still in you, then your reality will reflect those things, that because it's still raw and in your aura, right? And our aura is essentially our calling card of like what we're absorbing into our own reality. And so like maybe you're starting to understand this now, right? It's almost like through the process of like, am I there yet? Am I ready yet? And so you'll know exactly when you're supposed to be ready, because the emotions will be at a state where the things that happen to you are situations that you are meant to experience, but it's no longer your residence. It's no longer your zip code, right? And so you're not holding the animosity or the anger to those triggers. And so when you allow like the exhale to happen and you see the layers peeling off of your body, because those are all barriers of protection, right? Those are barriers that gave you that thick skin per se, right? And so in order to get into this next phase, the situations have to be the validation of, yes, it happened, but no, I'm no longer allowing the emotion to have a charge, right? It's almost like those cords are cut somehow, some way. They're just no longer, it's no longer affecting the physical body, and it's also no longer affecting like the etheric body. And so when the etheric body lets go of these old programs, then essentially you're not a beacon for negative energies in the astral realm, like when you're sleeping or when you're out traveling. And that's for those that can like surface sleep, or like you remember your dream super vividly, or you can pause and rotate yourself while you're in the dream. Like this is like your message, right? Because they're showing me that it's like the last little bit you need to be balanced, or to step into a form of balance. That's it. Yeah, so through stillness, there's going to become a lot of answers in observation. Just keep asking yourself to like step into your heart center, out of your heart, or out of your head into your heart, and release whatever's on the shoulders, right? I can feel it, I can see it, and it just needs to be marked as complete, and then it can be transported where it needs to go. Yeah. Go ahead and update, take a deep breath, focusing on like your plat cord area, because they're saying you have like a old program that's like currently keeping you stuck in your current reality. I don't know, take it as it resonates. We just go with it. And so like the next time you go out into the sun or at sunset, you know, set the intention to allow these old programs, these old blueprints of like who you used to be to like dissolve, right? It's not that you're letting go of it, but you're no longer allowing it to be like a trigger point. It's just a memory in the process of your life, right? It's no longer the front stage actor. And so you're allowing the roles to kind of switch. And so it's just through evolution. And so allow wherever you're supposed to be, or hey, if you can ask and grab hold of a higher timeline, a higher density, a higher state of being, like then go ahead and do that. But understand the why things have been popping up in your current reality, in your own journey. And also there could be something through like getting to a state of generosity and not being open to assist, being open to help, like saying yes more, right? Not living in the land of no. It's kind of like the understanding that some lessons are meant for you to lay your boundaries, while others are meant for you to support others in learning their own boundaries, right? Take a couple of deep breaths in. It also may be very beneficial for you to get out to the countryside. I don't know. They just said that. Or like athletics, like running, playing a sport, something along those lines. And there's going to be some kind of an aha moment in the coming week that is also going to give you a confirmation that you are on the right path, or that you are getting everything fully balanced. So I'll leave that there. If something in this resonated for you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be well. If you would like a session, all of my information is below. And yeah, ciao.